I'm Reagan.
I'm Renee, and this is What the Romance.
What is love?
Baby,
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
All right, so here we are back again talking about the Claremont Bay Boys.
Bay Boys.
Yeah, the boys of Claremont Bay. That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we are on the last book of the series. We're on Frankie and Olly's love story, and honestly, it was a good way to bring the series to an end. I really liked theirs.
It did. Honestly, I feel like it needed to be. It was built up from the beginning, and it was still going strong in the middle, and they ended very strong.
Oh, for sure. I love when there's a book that has an epilogue to it because it just gives you more detail like of what like their future is now, and I loved it. I loved their epilogue. Was so freaking spicy and sweet and everything.
Oh God, this book, these books were stressful.
These books played with my emotions. Like I was a freaking ball of emotions. I was like up then down, and then
Again, I'm still shocked none of them got pregnant.
Right. Okay, so prior episode we were talking about how none of these girls got pregnant when they barely used any safe sex. They were literally high schoolers not using safe sex. And what's the number one thing people preach at high school? Safe sex, everybody.
Let me tell you, okay, working at Walgreens and seeing people come in to buy condoms, they were so like scared and like embarrassed, and I'm like, would you rather be in here buying a pregnancy test?
Yeah, I'd rather go in there head held high buying condoms than going in there and buying a pregnancy test. I'd be like,
or the day after pill.
That's hard.
Let me tell you, those interactions were very funny.
Because you're like, so what you buying? What you planning?
And a lot of the times it was always the guys buying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad. But like, dude, I don't see why people get so embarrassed to buy condoms. Like, the alternative is probably worse.
For sure. For sure. All right.
Oh God. Okay.
Let's do this.
First of all, obviously we all knew something was going on with Frankie and Olly from the get-go. From I want to say the second book of Beck and Josie, maybe.
Yeah, definitely second book from Beck and Josie. You see kind of Olly and Frankie kind of like flirting, but at glance, like you don't know that they're flirting because
you think he's being as protective, because if anybody who has read the books, they understand, because whatever happened with Frankie, Beck and his best friends, Olly and Carson, were like the protectors of Frankie.
Yep.
So
it's really like posse around you, of course. Like I feel like if you're a girl with a hot ass brother that has some hot ass friends, you're bound to fall in love with one of their hot ass friends. I think it's just,
again, I really don't stress this enough. Holly, if you're listening, I low-key would love a Lucas story.
No, I am going to veto that. Veto. No, I do not want a Lucas story. Although, seeing his side of things, like seeing how it went down, why it went down, and why he's such a dick.
I know, that's my question, is why? Like, what happened to him to turn this way? You know what I mean? Like, something had to have, unless he's legitimately just this psychotic and
fucking dick. Yeah.
Which, I mean, is possible. That's probably why Holly left it off like that. So he is.
Honestly, that's probably why. No, so we first meet Olly and Frankie in Beck and Josie series. Josie becomes great friends with Frankie, and like from there you see Ollie and Frankie kind of having like, it
Oh
almost
my God.
bond.
Do you know who we forgot to talk about? Fucking Cammy.
Oh, that.
I can't believe she was like the biggest thing of Beck and Josie.
Well, yeah,
Oh my God.
she was the one that did the shit.
And she was sleeping with Josie's fucking father.
We forgot some major details.
Oh my God.
I gotta wipe this off. I gotta go put this back.
The ultimate betrayal was because Cammy grew up or was really close with Beck. And so she understood what Frankie went through. You know? That's why like I was like, wow, I can't believe we forgot to talk about her.
That book would have been literally called Sleeping with the Enemy, because she was literally sleeping
Yes.
with the enemy, the person that Beck hates the most.
Okay.
She's sleeping.
Another thing, I'm really happy nothing happened to Beck and Frankie's dad.
I know. I thought he was dying.
I thought something was gonna like dramatically happen, like, you know, they lose him and I don't know, like something was gonna happen like that in Frankie's story, because it didn't happen in Beck's. I was so sure something like that was gonna happen. I don't know why, but like, you know, being talked about him being sick in the first one really kind of like stuck.
Exactly. Like you think something's gonna go down, because in the first one they're like, oh, I gotta get ready, you know, to run the country club because, you know, my dad's sick.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go into detail like what his sickness is, how long he has to live, like if he's already dying or not. So you kind of have to make it your own and be like, okay, so he's probably gonna die by book 6.
I was very like concerned about it the whole time.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
How sweet his dad was.
Yes, I
let
loved
Josie
it.
stay there.
I loved it. But like one of the parent, not just because like Allie's mom is like amazing, but like one of like the alpha guys had to have been like, you know, most genuine and sweet. And I loved Frankie's and Beck's both parents.
Oh yes.
So
I loved them both. They were both great supporting characters.
Yes.
Great support.
And like, okay, first we gotta ask both each other again, what was our favorite scene from the first and the second book?
First book, hands down. I think me and you have the same freaking scene. It's that surfboard scene, man.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
No, I think mine had to have been the in public sex scene.
Which one? They have like 6.
The very first one. The lake. When they were in the canoe. Took her on the boat.
I forgot about that. No, mine has to be when they're in the ocean on the surfboard.
Okay, yes, that was a
like
very
one of their many public sex scenes.
Okay, second book. It had to have been the scene at the engagement party when he confessed his love. That was me.
Yeah, that was freaking insane. It was like I was watching one of those like Mexican telenovelas. Man, like
I could not. I was like bawling my eyes out already because the fact that she was in the car and stressing about going to this party in the first place. I was already crying by this point.
Oh yeah.
And she gets there and she sees him and I'm just like, why is she not losing it right now?
Broken hearted. I would have been. She's such a strong character after what she's gone through.
She is phenomenally strong.
Yeah, she's like written so well for like an inspiration, because you know what she goes through with Lucas, and like Beck being the older protective brother that doesn't let her do anything, and then falling in love with like the best friend, and the best friend getting engaged to someone else, and then her going to the engagement party and seeing them together, like I probably would have been like,
Okay. And then the
intense.
fact of like, he got hurt and he was in the hospital and all the person he wanted to see was Frankie.
Oh my God.
And when she heard about it, she called him. And what was it? He had already proposed to what's her face, Jordan. And then the moment she called, he instantly regretted it. He's like, why did I do that?
Yeah, no. I knew Jordan.
And then she found out because his fucking mother sent a freaking invitation to the engagement party. That had to have been such a gut to the heart.
I probably, oh my God, I would have lost my shit if that happened to me. I would have been like,
yes.
Like that was me reading that book. That one was sad because like when you read the back of the book, the blurb, you read like, but I'm engaged to another woman.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
How does that even happen?
Out of all these books and these couples, this couple made me cry the most.
Oh yeah, they were more gut wrenching for sure.
And just because I understand the distance of the separation of like the length, because me and my husband did that too. I understand that emptiness.
Yeah.
So it really I think that's why I got really more emotional about it, because I understand.
Yeah, you've been there.
My God.
Yourself, so you relate to them too.
Like me and my husband, we met in 2007 and 7 or 8, like right in the fine line between it. And I didn't move until 2016, and we finally be together.
Shit.
I know distance and separation.
For sure.
And Olly and her only did what, 2 years tops, maybe, or 3. I know they didn't speak for a year.
They didn't speak for a year.
Which I get, because me and Ryan, we didn't speak for 2.
I think it was 3 tops that they didn't
Yeah,
go.
and they didn't speak for 1, but I know once he got drafted, that's when he called her, and then she found out he was with Jordan, so she hung up and they didn't talk since.
Okay.
Until he got hurt.
Jordan, I just want to talk about her for like a split second. If I was in her shoes and the guy that I was in love with literally told me that he was not in love with me, but like still in love with his ex, I would not have tried as hard as Jordan.
I don't know how she thought staying would be okay. And like Endgame, like
she had known.
I mean, I get Holly's perception of this, of making it the more dramatic part, which is why I think to God that she wasn't the one who got pregnant. I'm actually thankful none of them did. But I mean, obviously, it would have been cool if the others did. But you know what I mean? Like, I was so concerned. I don't know why I was so concerned with somebody getting pregnant. And then when it came down to Frankie and Olly, I was like, dear God, please don't let Jordan be pregnant.
It's because these bastards never used protection. They were literally just.
They definitely relied on birth control way too much and hard.
We even know that those girls were on birth control because it was never specific. Like
all they said was, "I am clean."
Yeah, I'm clean. Like, okay, good. You don't have STDs, but what about you putting a baby in me? Like
for real.
Dreams and goals, and yet we're still fucking without it.
Okay, how do we feel about Ben? I was actually like really sad about him. Like, I felt really bad. Like, I did, and then I didn't, because he didn't know anything about her and Olly, not one thing. And the fact that like he stayed instead of went back home to Texas. And even Olly said that too. He's like, damn, he stayed for her and I didn't.
Yeah. I
It
I
was
like
so.
I liked Ben. He was a good supporting character. I think uh,
I felt really bad. It
uh,
sucked the way that it kind of went down for him. I'm sure it was very embarrassing.
for sure, because they were out there literally on the beach and like he came up behind her, but then when they professed their love to each other, he kind of backed away and hauled his ass inside. And
Which I
then
mean,
was
I get, but it's like, like damn.
yeah, and like oh my God, the fact that he was like, "Oh, my mama was right." I was like,
I
nobody else
already knew off the bat, like his mom was very like, mm,
was
mm-mm.
skeptical of Frankie.
Yeah, because she didn't even like give her like a proper greeting at
Yeah,
their lunch that they went to.
attention, yeah. Mm.
And then when when they came back in after the beach and Frankie's parents are like, "Well, it's about time."
Yeah, well, damn, about time, man. Yeah, because I mean, you have these other characters who see Frankie and Ollie, except for Beck, the freaking clueless
Mm.
brother.
Wait a minute though. Okay, when he confessed his love at his engagement party, Beck stood behind Frankie and said if they want to be together, then they should be together. Like
God.
I was like, thank God, Beck. I was like,
I was
thank
like,
God.
fucking finally get it through your thick ass skull that they
I
want to be
I'm
together.
honestly so like I think that's also what made me be okay to let Beck go officially because it really pissed me off the way he made an ultimatum for Ollie.
And it was a freaking fucked up ultimatum because he knows that Ollie would choose his like family over Frankie because Ollie doesn't really have a good family. I mean,
Well, like not only that, like the fact that like he saw what his sister went through and the fact that he thinks that she's okay after this. Oh,
eh, yeah, I
I
kind
mean,
of I kind of got mad at Beck for that. I was like, "Come on, Beck, are you fucking kidding
I
me?" Like,
mean, I
you're
love Beck. I'm not gonna lie, and I get his whole like protectiveness. I understand that, but like out of all of his friends, Ollie would be the one
yeah,
to
like
be
if
chosen.
and Carson were together, like, or Frankie and Carson, that would have been like,
You know what really like made me understand like how close all of them are like as a family of their kind of own is when they were what was it? Were they at the party before I think it was like their going away party
mhm.
and something something happened with Frankie. Oh, she confessed her love to Ollie and he just stood there.
Oh
And she after she did that, she held her on, she like held up her head, she turned around and she ran to Carson and be like, take me home. And he did. I was like,
yeah.
I knew why I loved Carson so much.
Yes, I loved that scene. I was like, oh, Carson's like another big brother to her. I was
Seriously though.
like,
Oh, but it
seeing
was so
the soft
sad.
that was awesome. Seeing his soft side is like, oh, it's like
Yes.
seeing a unicorn.
For real though.
I was gonna say
That's
something and I totally forgot.
oh gosh.
But yeah, these books. Oh my God, the one they're on the yacht.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He freaking got her off in front of everybody.
Yes.
In
Oh
front
my
of
god.
everybody. Like, what the
They
heck?
are so secretive. It's scary and sad.
Dude, I think they had some of the hottest sex scenes.
They did. Honestly, they had like probably the way more steamier. Like
Oh, for sure.
the others had I think they even had even more sex than the others, honestly.
Oh, 100% sure. Every like 2 pages, sex scene. 2 pages,
Or touching something. Seriously.
something. They were literally, there was no scene that they weren't touching each other or he was just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because,
Wait a minute.
Especially when she went to go visit him.
Oh my God. I totally don't know why I didn't remember this when we were talking about Beck and Josie.
Oh my God. So we forgot Cammy and the father. But now we're going to talk about something else.
The pool scene. When they were in the pool and he ate her out. How did we forget that?
Dude, honestly, I was just like so excited to start this. Like
That was hot too. Oh my God.
that was super hot.
I
But
think that was, oh God. I
wasn't
think
that
that
the
was,
video that he
what?
sent to Lucas? Wasn't that the video?
No,
Yes, it was.
no,
It was the video.
no.
Because he saw it from the security cameras.
Oh yes, you're right. It was that one. Yeah, it was that one. I don't know why we forgot. I don't know how we forgot about that part.
One. Oh my God. But now I remember.
Ugh.
Or anytime they were at the freaking party and he would pull back and be like, no, like you're super drunk. And she was like, well then fuck you. Like, I don't want you. Like, I would get so pissed at her and be like, dude, like he's literally being a gentleman right now. And
Okay.
taking advantage.
Jumping to Carson now. When he lost his mom.
Oh.
When he lost his mom and he went to that party, and Allie was the strongest I have ever seen any woman in a book. She held her and she stood her ground. And she was like, I am not letting this man go into depression. She's like, I will go with him. She was like, I will go with him. And she sat in his lap. And then like oh God, and even Carson felt it, and that's when he like just gave in. I was like, oh my God.
The way they picture him like breaking down in her lap, I can just like picture like her two legs are on him, and like she's turned and he's like this, and her I could just picture it, and it
God,
made me
it was
so teary-eyed. I hated it.
I was scared also for his mother. Like I knew something very tragic was going to happen.
For sure.
And I don't know why I forgot about talking about that in the last one. We're forgetting about a lot of things, but at least we're bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean,
we're done.
Series.
We're done.
We're wrapping up the series. We're wrapping up the freaking loves of our lives.
God. Frankie and Olly though. My God.
I their sex scenes. I loved them.
They were just so I can't even explain it.
They were secretive and free at the same time.
I know. Like, even Frankie said, she's like, I'm tired of being a secret. And like, that's why she confessed her love. And Beck was waiting. He was waiting for Olly to say something. And I feel like if Olly would have stood up and said it then, Beck would have been like, okay.
For sure. If Olly didn't puss out, like definitely Beck would have had a different reaction.
That's how I felt about the whole thing. But I could just drink the bottle.
Like I also get Beck's protectiveness because Lucas was one of his best friends.
Yeah, I get it too. That's why I was like, okay. Ugh. But like it definitely clouded his judgment for sure on everything though.
But Olly was never like Lucas. Olly was a sweet guy.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm really sad this series is over.
I know, me too.
Like, I'm honestly, there's a part of me that feels like I didn't get the proper closure in a way, I guess. I don't know. Because with some of the books, I love how they do like a fast forward, like
4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, like
10 years.
Where was Beck and Josie like in 2 years? Like after like he's really taken over the company, like you know what I mean? Like maybe Holly is working on something like that. That'd be great.
That'd be so nice.
Holly, you should do it.
Like a closing epilogue for all three of them.
Yes. I'm still so like, I'm wondering what happened with Cammy and Josie's dad.
Oh my god. I can't believe we forgot about that.
That whole scene of him finding that out, I was like, oh my god. I was not expecting that. I really thought like, Cammy slept with Lucas. But then when Lucas was like, no, we're not sleeping together. But then it made sense because he said she came to get something from my dad.
We should have seen right then and there.
Yeah.
That was crazy because Cammy was like right there.
Under the nose.
Frankie, like do all this and like okay, rewind. Can we talk about how Beck made her go on her knees in the very first chapter?
And we're back to this.
I was just like,
you're still not over it.
No, the way I told you, it's an alpha male that I love. He's just the alpha male that I'm just like, oh, I need him in my life.
I hope all of you guys are taking notes. Just saying.
Just take notes because your girl likes an alpha male.
Yes. Oh God. I'm still very sad about this whole series coming to an end. It's like,
and we did it together. Like, I loved it.
I know, and I'm so sad that Danielle, like, she finished it though. I'm so happy she finished it.
Yes, she did finish it.
And she did love Olly and Frankie, which she was supposed to be the person for it, but it's okay.
And I knew she would because, like, they were the sweetest, and she's kind of into, like, that sweet romance type, like,
Yes.
I definitely knew she was gonna like Olly and Frankie.
It's always those quiet ones. She's got stuff.
Flynn. Throw back to Flynn.
Oh God, yeah, yep. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
No, this series was phenomenal, and even like how we texted each other through the series. Me texting you like, oh my God, this is
like, I cannot believe what did I text you? I'd be like, fucking Cammy.
I know. I was like, Lucas did it, and then it was like,
all of our guesses.
Fucking Cammy.
Like, we were all guessing somebody. Like, what was it? We thought it was Lucas.
$100.
I legit thought it was actually Josie's father.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, right, I'm pretty sure a chapter before we found out it was Cammy, I said it was Cammy.
Yeah. Yo, ooh, watch it be Cammy. And then, like, I read ahead of you, and then I went back and I was like, fucking Cammy. I was like, I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Man. Oh God.
I had to fight the urge to, like, because on the Kindle how you can, like, click and, like, scroll without it losing your page.
Yes.
I had to fight the urge not to do that and read ahead and just skip everything.
I know. You'd rather just text me and bug me about knowing.
It's what I do. It's something to help my anxiety.
But I'm never gonna tell you.
No. I know.
You can always keep trying.
I will. I will keep trying until the day I'm like, okay, she's never gonna, which is never gonna happen.
Until one of the days, like, rare, like, out of nowhere, I'll tell you exactly what, and you're like, nah, you're just lying to me. I'm like, yeah.
I'll be like, nah, you're fucking with me. Like, that doesn't happen.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but low-key, I'm telling the truth.
You're telling the truth. Yeah, she'll never believe me.
She'll probably think I'm kidding.
Oh my God. This series. I fell in love with this series.
What a good way to start off our podcast, though.
I think so.
Cheers to you, Holly.
Cheers. Yes.
Seriously.
Olly Renee books are good.
Yes. Yes. Oh, when I read the first book of the Good Girl series, man. Man.
So definitely we're gonna start the Summers of Sterling series. What's gonna be our next like book / thing we're gonna talk about?
On here,
Mm-hmm.
I think we should talk about, we could talk about like the book that we're reading currently for sure.
Oh, I'm reading 4 so much.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah.
Which one?
I already told you which ones. There's like freaking million of them. Hold on. Well, hopefully, depending when you sent Revelry to me, as soon as I get that, I'm gonna read that.
Candy's live was talking about. She was talking about
I
Revelry.
know. And she was talking about Love Letter to Whiskey too.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on Love Letter to Whiskey because it's so like.
We already went there. It was our first one. We already did.
I know my heart. Yeah, but I wasn't finished reading with it at the time.
I
Now that I
know.
finished, I'm like, ugh. And I read like the anniversary edition, and Jamie is like, point of view. I was like, okay, I feel better. I feel so much better.
Oh God, there's so like okay, the 4 that I'm reading is Hot for the Principal from my friend Alexandria, and then Hot Mess, and then let's see, where's the other one at? Library. Oh, the other one's not on here. It's on my phone, but I can't look at it right now. There is one on here that I really want to read. It's called The Worst Best Friend.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's from Nicole Snow.
Oh.
And so I'm really okay, since after reading Pucked, I'm really kind of in the vibe for hockey again. I need that kind of like adrenaline junkie like aggressiveness. And so Mikey Miller has 2 of them, and I think I'm going to read the one called Black Ice.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yes. So I'm going to do those.
Okay. Well, my books, I'm gonna continue on my little Candy Steiner, Holly Renee, kind of like, I'm gonna just continue with it.
Or, you could start once we do the whole Summer of Sterlings, if once we start that, we can talk about regrets. And then I promise we will have a lot to say about that in one episode. Maybe even 2.
I really can't wait for you to get your Revelry book because I have so much to say about it because it was like such a good book.
Okay, so now that you're reading Candy, you're reading the one Make Me Hate You. I've already read that. So when you're done with that, we could talk about it too.
Okay.
I actually own the book.
Of course you do.
And eventually we are going to need to read, or you're going to need to read the Becker Brothers series by Candy.
I need to read a lot, but I will not read a single one until you read Den Vipers.
I knew it was coming.
Because honestly, I have so much to say about that one too. Okay, it's a little of this, a little of that, a little reverse harem, a little of everything, and I was for it.
Okay, so next episode, I have a feeling we are going to be talking about what we're all currently reading. And I'm pretty sure, because I think we're going to start filming our next episode maybe next week, so we can get all of this stuff taken and get actually you to get regrets under your belt, so we do have something to talk about.
Yes, and by then I'll have regrets finished and I'll be on to like maybe a second or third book.
The second book's gonna be a doozy, let me tell you.
I am not ready for these books. Okay, is it gonna break my heart like Love Letters to Whiskey?
I already told you it's literally very close. This one leaves you on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
And you won't come back to it until the fourth book. You have to wait a whole other book till you figure out what happens.
can I just like put that fourth book on the second one?
No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Grab the
But let
fourth-
me tell you, in that fourth book, there was a moment where I legit thought there was going to be a threesome. I was so certain it was going to happen. So certain. But it didn't.
Between who?
I don't want to say who.
Is it the
But,
main character, the best friend?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
The best friend and one of the brothers. And the girl who's in between them. But man, I was so certain. Nicole has a thing about really like teasing you to the very last second. Yeah.
I'm gonna die with these books. I'm gonna die with them.
Yes, you will.
I'm gonna die tomorrow. There will
Okay.
be no What the Romance because I will be dead.
Okay, so I will tell you the brother's name. So the first one you meet, Link. It starts off really good. Yes, love them. And then the next one is Asher. He's the troubled one.
Have a
Very
feeling.
very troubled. I will tell you the third brother, but you'll understand when you read. Third brother's name is Colt.
Ah! That's your
Yes.
baby's name.
I know. And the sister's name, I honestly can't remember right now because the boys are just always stuck in my head. But I'm pretty sure, I don't want to say Valerie. No, I don't want to say that. But there's a sister and then the best friend, who is my favorite. And his name is Sawyer.
Oh, I like the name Sawyer.
I know, I do too. If I was gonna have a baby girl, her name would have been Sawyer Lou.
My baby girl's name is Daisy May, all the way.
Love it.
Daisy May. Oh, she's gonna be a cute little brunette with blue eyes and pigtails all the time.
I have a feeling we have a girl. She's gonna be a spitting image of me, and we're all in for it.
She's gonna be high school Taylor in high school. Just kidding.
I mean, I won't be upset about it, but her father might have something to say about it.
Yeah, he will. Okay. So, any thoughts on Olly and Frankie? What do we have coming up next?
Thoughts on Frankie and Olly? I'm really glad. Obviously, we all knew how it was going to end. But can you imagine if it didn't end like that?
Oh my God, that's what I always think. I always think, like, if they don't end up together, like, what am I going to do with this?
It's like that book that I was talking about Candy. That series where she's like torn between her husband and like her past love interest. That was me. And I still to this day, I'm just like, what the hell happened? But like, can you imagine one of these days? I feel like it's gonna happen though. I feel like one of these days it's gonna happen where we are reading a book and it's so brought up to be how it's going to end, but it doesn't end that way.
When I get to a book that is like that, I will be devastated.
I will probably not eat for a week. I'm just kidding.
I will probably go and fall back into a very deep depression. Just Just all of a sudden stop eating and go.
I may become an alcoholic. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who's to say I am not right now?
I mean, I am. I finished a whole bottle of wine the other night.
That was awesome. Okay, that was
Yes.
awesome. All right, so final thoughts. I love Frankie and Olly, but like I said, out of the whole series, Beck and Josie, the two alphas of the group, I loved them. They will always be right here. And you can go ahead and have a person.
And of course, the fun and outgoing and literally ballsy Carson and Allie.
Yeah.
I got you. With a side of Ollie and Frankie, honestly, because
Yeah.
oh man, that was very emotional.
It was a very emotional, like the last two were very emotional, and I'm for it.
Yes, I'm very excited about our next books.
Yeah, so our next books, what are we going to be talking? We're going to be talking what? Summers of Sterling?
We're going to be doing Summers of Sterling for sure. So right now you are going to be reading Regrets, as well as I am going to be rereading them, because as much as I already have survived Summer of Sterlings, I'm going to try for a second time.
Survive them again. Hey.
Yeah, because so she did like a box giveaway of like all of like the books for the Summer of Sterling, and the cup that I got from her, it says on it, I survived the Summer of Sterling. And man, I survived, which is really hard because the last book of this series was 4 minus Sawyer's Reconciliation. But 4, my God, I was pregnant then. I couldn't drink.
Oh, shit.
Do you know how stressed I was? I was eating more. I was gaining weight because I couldn't drink. It was stressful.
Oh God, I am terrified to start reading these books. I am just I have high anxiety. I am very stressed. And the fact that I read at work does not help, because
I did that too, so I totally understand.
Because, like the silent throwing the throwing of a tantrum and the biting of the freaking is not gonna help me soon. I'm just gonna be like balls
Every
out.
time that happens, I would always like have my hair down and like have it like cover my eyes.
I'm like, I kind of like hunch over and bear down, and I'm like, oh.
It's like, and then when something spicy happens, you're like,
yeah, I'm definitely looking around when there's a sex scene where I'm like, oh. Or someone walks in, my phone goes like this. I'm like, I feel like I'm back in high school when I'm at work, because like I'll be like reading, someone walks in, I'm all, I'm supposed to be on my phone. I feel like a freaking high school.
Oh God, that's great. All right, let's close out. Let's be done with Boys of Claremont Bay, as sad as we are to say goodbye. But
yes, it is. I loved this. Now we're gonna go into Summer of Sterling, and I can't wait to read it. Can't wait to have my again.
God, this was only the start. We're fucking in for it, man. Are you ready? Because I mean, I'm ready, kind of.
I'm okay. Anyways, go follow us on Instagram at What the Romance. Go check out our YouTube channel at What the Romance. And yeah.
It's great. I promise we're a good time. And eventually we will get our featured guests on here. First guest is going to be...
Is it Olly?
Yeah.
My sister! That is where we'll be talking about her favorite movies / book is the 50 Shades of Grey series.
It's going to be fun. I swear to God, guys, you do not want to miss this.
Yes, so please give us a follow, give us a like. And
let's subscribe. Peace out.
Don't hurt me no more.